It was very scary, man, just to leave that reoccurring check every 2 weeks. It's humbling to know that people trust me.
What advice you'd give to other agents who are trying to grow their brand online? And like, you were just recently named one of the top 500 agents in the greater Sacramento area. What was the turning point in your career when things finally started to take off?
This took us a while to get on the calendar, man.
All right, so guys, welcome back to the Greenhaven Capital Mortgage Mentor Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Otto, your host and mortgage expert. And today I'm joined by my guy who is one of the most recognizable names in Sacramento real estate now, realtor, influencer, father, my man, Terrelle Keys. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, bro. Thanks for having me.
Man, thanks for finally coming on, man. It's been a long time coming.
Absolutely.
So, good. So got a lot of questions for you, but before we get started, can you just start off by telling us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the industry?
Yeah, for sure, man. So born and raised right here in Sacramento. Went to Hiram Johnson High School, which is local in South Sac. Right after that, I went to Sac City for a little bit, messed around with some business classes, and I just started working, man, in my early 20s, just trying to figure out life. And once I found out that I had my son on the way, it was really time to step my game up. And I always had an interest in real estate, plus I always had like that entrepreneur spirit. So I signed up, man, took the courses. I was studying. It's crazy because like I was telling people about this on my IG. I was studying on the job at Home Depot. I was working at Home Depot and I was studying, and man, I ended up getting fired for that, bro. But I passed on the same day that I got fired. Like, it was crazy. But best decision I ever made. I went to go work with my first broker and mentor, Zaretha Thompson. She really laid that foundation of how to do good in the business. So it's just been great, man, working underneath her for a while. And then I went over and worked with Kelly Pleasant for 2 years, which was great. And now I'm on my own, and here we are.
Nice, man. All good mentors. I know both of them. They're both very well established, great. And getting fired that day, that's probably the biggest blessing in disguise you probably ever.
It was, man. It was a game changer, man. And it was scary because it was like, damn, like I'm jumping into this industry that I don't have any experience in. People don't know me yet. Like, I haven't made no money. It was very scary, man, just to leave that reoccurring check every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it was scary.
Well, they know who you are now. Matter of fact, you built a pretty impressive presence on social media, especially Instagram. I think I checked, you're close to 40,000 followers.
Yeah.
And some of your posts have like over 1 million views, which is insane. So, can you just tell us a little bit on how this has impacted your business, and then what advice you'd give to other agents who are trying to grow their brand online?
For sure, man. Yeah. Like, the impact has been a game changer.
Yeah.
You know, just growing it from 100 followers to where it's at now, it's almost surreal. You know, having that type of support and building that community within that IG platform, it just really made my business thrive. And it's humbling to know that people trust me. And man, it's like, I definitely don't take it lightly. But just for other agents, man, it's just like, put yourself out there, you know, put out good stuff, man. People want to be, you know, not only entertained, but also educated. A lot of my videos are to inspire people to obtain home ownership. So it goes hand in hand. And you get it all the time, I'm sure, but people watch our stuff for months without liking it or saying anything. And then when they're ready, they'll come out and be like, hey, Kev, I want to buy a house, or T, I want to buy a house. And here we are.
Yeah. Well, you do a great job. I think you do a great job on your Instagram. It looks great. I love all your stuff. So I look forward to your posts. But so the next question is, how much of your business is actually generated through social media? And then what are some strategies you use to help maybe convert some of that traffic?
Yeah, I would say, man, right now it's like 80%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like 80%, man. I think every deal I've closed so far this year has been from IG.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And the other 20 is like referral based. So I've been blessed to, when I came into the business, it was just, straight to social media.
Mhm.
Not a lot of realtors at the time were leveraging it.
Yeah.
So I was like in this space free and clear to do what I want. And I really built like this brand, this recognition from there. Um, but like some of the strategies, man, it's posting good stuff, good content that brings value to people. Again, I'm an educator, man, so I like to educate them on the process of how to buy. Um, the DMs, man, that's where all the conversations happen. Like I was telling you, it's like I'll filter them out through who's asking about real estate, and I'll tag them as like a lead. And if they want to go a step further, it's like let's have a coffee meetup, or let's Zoom, let's meet face to face, and let's really build a rapport so I can help you get to where you need to go.
Yeah. That's good. I think your IG is very, professional, but it's also very personable too.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it makes people feel comfortable and
for
trust.
sure, man. I try to mix it up with like
Yeah.
business, family, and entertainment.
Yeah.
Those three,
Yeah.
just to keep people engaged. Because if it gets too robotic or two of the same stuff, like people lose interest.
Yeah. People want to do business with people.
Absolutely.
Right? So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You present yourself well, but that's who you are. You're good.
Sure. So
Yeah. So what do you think most agents get wrong when they're trying to create content or build their presence online?
And that's a good question, man. I think a lot of agents come off too salesy sometimes.
Yeah.
I think everything is like a pitch. Like
Yeah.
every post doesn't have to be a pitch.
Yeah.
People want to connect with you.
Yeah.
And just vibe with you on who you are. But don't get me wrong, it's okay to throw it in there every now and then, but everything doesn't have to be a pitch. And then it's just like just be you. Like you tell me, be yourself. People want that authenticity of a person to connect with, man, and just not like, shirt and tie person all the time.
Yeah.
That's what I get. For me, man, it's like the people that I meet, there's a connection there. If there's no connection, I might not be the agent for you. I want to vibe with you. I want to have that connection. So that's important.
Actually, I totally agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Next question here, which is quite an accomplishment. Like you were just recently named one of the top 500 agents in the greater Sacramento area. I think that's out of like 13,000 agents or something. You're one of the top 500. So that's like a very big accomplishment. So congrats on that.
Thank you, bro. Thanks.
So I think you've been in the business for about 7 years now, right?
Yeah.
So what was the turning point in your career when things finally started to take off, going from Home Depot to one of the best in our area?
Man, it's hard to pinpoint, but I would say like within these past 2 years, just being out and about with my family, man, and like you'll get somebody who actually approaches me in public and they're like, "Hey, I follow you." Like I was at Scott's the other day and this lady, she's like, "Hey, T, I follow you." I'm like, "Man, that's a blessing." It really is. It's like, it's very humbling.
Yeah.
It's just a huge applause to like the people that love me and support me on IG. But it's that, man, is having that FaceTime recognition in our community. It's people asking me questions in my DMs and just reaching out, because there's a lot of great realtors out there. But for them to come to me as the local expert, man, it really turned the tide in my business. So yeah,
I agree. This is a little off topic, but just looking at your social media, just for me following you, I mean, I know you, but even if I didn't know you, I would feel like I did know you just by what you post.
I appreciate
and I think you do a great job.
Yeah, that's super important to me, man. Like what you see is what you get, man.
Yeah.
I could turn it on too. Like I could throw on that suit, I could throw on the tie, I could be laid back and chill, but that's who I am.
That's who you are.
Yeah, you're going to get that every time, man. I'm not going to be, super uptight. I'm going to be a laid back guy, and that's always my energy and vibe. So it just, your vibe attracts your tribe. That's what they say, man. So.
That's true. All right. So, what are some things that people don't see on Instagram that's probably a big part of your success behind the scenes?
Man, I would say the grind. The grind, bro.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, fellow realtors, they're like, you're crushing it. I'm like, I appreciate that, man, but it's a lot of work. As you know, it's a lot of work that goes into it, man. It's taking off, during dinner time to go show a house, those calls at 9 o'clock at night when you're ready for bed and people want to ask questions, being available to your clients. It's setting up things like this. Like you said, this took us a while to get on the calendar, man. So it's just the daily grind, man, that goes into it, so much on social media, man. We show our wins, but we also got to show our losses too.
Yeah.
Because we get a lot of those. We get a lot of those.
That's definitely true. I think too, what I noticed too is like, of course, we're always working, grinding, responding to our clients, but you're doing other things too. I see you're putting on a lot of home buyer classes, doing a lot of things to just educate people, just to, help convert, but just to, let these people know what it really is like. And
yeah, man. I learned that from, Zaretha.
Yeah.
She always, pushed me to get uncomfortable with things. And it was like those home buyer classes, that formula came from her. She was like, we're going to do a home buyer class. And I wasn't ready. I was like, nah, like I was the shy guy. And she was like, no, get up there and talk in front of the people. Like my first home buyer class was like in front of like 50 people. And it was just, man, I was up there sweating and stuff and nervous, but they couldn't tell when you replay the video. But she pushed that on me, man, just to get uncomfortable and do those classes. And those classes continue to build my business to this day. Like I love giving them. People walk in, they leave with nuggets, and it's just something that I'll continue to do for the community for sure.
Yeah, and I think after those classes, they'll probably check you out on social, helps with your brand recognition, keeps you top of mind, and probably helps you first. So it's all connected.
It's all connected.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. You're killing it, dude.
Thank you, bro.
So, if you can give like a piece of advice, some other agents that are trying to level up this year, take their business to the next level, what would you tell them?
Man, just get started. There's no perfect time to jump in. There's a lot of new agents coming out, and they do ask me, they'll hit me in my DMs like, hey, what's the best way to generate leads? But it's just like, just get started, man.
Yeah.
Video's the way to go right now. I think it's the quickest way to kind of build your presence in our market space. I tell people, like, you could find realtors who inspire you and recycle what they do, but put your own spin on it, man. Like we're seeing a lot of videos that are repetitive in our market space, but that's cool. Like if you're just starting out, but figure out your niche. But definitely just get started. Put your own spin on it. Put your personality on these videos and content.
I agree. I think people really need to brand themselves and show who they are.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. So I think I would agree with that 100%.
But it's like yours. Like you put out a lot of good, valuable content, even that I'll watch, and it just reinforces like that educational piece.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people love that about you too, because I do. Yeah, I love your stuff.
Appreciate that. I need to do more personal stuff. I already know I need more. I'm taking notes here.
Let them know, man. Hey, Kev is a hooper, man.
Nah. So is Terrelle. Nah. All right. So last question, man. I know you're super busy, but man, if you weren't doing real estate right now, what could you see yourself doing?
Man, that's a real question. That's sometimes scary, because it's like, I talked about it again. We're always looking 2 or 3 months down the road on what our industry looks like. And our industry is always changing. I think because I have a platform, it'd be something in that social media realm. I'd be selling something.
Educating stuff.
I'd be educating, selling something, man. I don't care if it was cars. It'd be something though that I can leverage my platform.
Yeah.
Because I have a community there. I worked hard to build it. And people, they trust me. So it's like, I have to figure that out. Okay, what would you be doing, man?
That's a great idea. I don't know. I would be doing some sort of business too. I always had the entrepreneurial mindset. I've always wanted to help people. I've always liked finances. It's hard to say, but I would do something where I would be self-employed. That's all.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Something where we're working for ourselves, right?
Yeah, but I've been doing this for a while, and I don't plan on quitting anytime soon.
I love it, man. Yeah, same, bro.
So yeah, dude, I really appreciate you coming by. Appreciate your time. I know it's valuable.
Thank you.
So for the viewers out there, thank you for watching. Thank you, Terrelle, again for joining us, man. If anyone wants to reach you, man, what's the best way for anyone to reach you?
You can find me on Instagram, tkeys916.
Okay.
That's the best way. Just shoot me a DM, or you can text me. I'm not hard to find.
Okay, cool. You heard it first. DM him on IG if you want to reach him. If you guys enjoy the episode, please subscribe. Once again, I'm Kevin Odo, and I'll see you guys on the next one.